Today on Judge Faith, he says the apartment was a wreck.
They drove a motorcycle up the stairs and parked it in the living room. That's how the oil trail went up to the living room. No kidding, I'm telling you.
She says it was great.
My apartment was beautiful.
Wait.
You told me to yourself you're the only tenant that kept this apartment nice. And you know what you did? You kept my $2,500 to take care of that lady down. That lady downstairs apartment was really nice. I was like, can I move down here?
Dad says he's a bum.
This man right here, to me, is a slumlord. I can understand. In other words, giving him rent is like giving a greedy dog some bones.
And Judge Faith will have none of it.
Listen, stop with the name calling in my court. You're not 12 years old.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiffs Medina and Matthew Adams are suing her former landlord for $4,999.99 for the return of her security deposit. Defendant Reginald Ferbert says his former tenant owes for damage, unpaid rent, and late fees, and is countersuing for $6,584.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, this is Adams and Adams versus Ferbert.
Thank you, Barbara. Matthew Adams, you and Medina Adams are suing the defendant for $4,999.99.
Yes.
Okay, and that is for an unpaid security deposit that you say the defendant owes you?
Yes.
And you, sir, are countersuing for $6,585 for damages to your apartment, unpaid rent, and late fees?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just curious as to how you came up with that number, $4,999.
Well, I mean, since dogs can't count, I just like the way it sounds.
Since dogs can't count?
Right, Mr. Ferbert.
Oh.
Okay. Actually, that's a decent name for him.
Okay. Why don't you tell me what's going on here?
Well, my daughter moved in, and it was a red flag when we first moved in. He charged her $2,500 to move in.
That's the security deposit you're suing for?
Right.
Okay. Well, how much was the rent in the apartment?
Well, at that time, with the contract, the regular rent was $1,000 something, but due to the circumstances...
Do you have a lease?
Yes.
May I see it?
Yes.
$1,400 a month.
He doesn't even know what the rent was because he never was there.
Who lived in the apartment?
Well, Your Honor...
You did, Medina? Okay, what kind of apartment was it? How many bedrooms?
It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
When did you move in?
It was in 2012.
Do you remember what month?
Probably like September, May, the exact month.
And when did you move out?
May 2013.
So what happened after you moved in?
I mean, it was really nice when you first walked in, but then as I moved in and, you know, eventually I'm like, okay, hi, the lady downstairs, she's a hoarder, she have roaches. Oh, she's gonna move out. She's gonna this, she's gonna, I'm gonna eventually evict her. She stayed there 3 or 4 months, and then right after that, I started getting roaches, and then it came to the point to where it's like, can you clean up the roaches? Oh no, she's gonna move out. Yeah, she sure did move out, and when she moved out, they all came to my apartment, infested my whole apartment. So I'm stuck with $2,500 deposit, still trying to pay rent, and I was upset.
I understand that there were roaches. Why did you stay?
I was already on a year lease. What was I gonna do? Go to court and try to get out of it? I asked him, can I move? And then the carpet was terrible. He didn't want to change it. I'm like, well, the person was here 5 years. Legally, you're supposed to change this carpet. Oh no, that's just gonna stay here. So I'm there with messed up carpet. I stayed there. I'm on a year lease. He didn't want to break the lease.
So why did you keep their $2,500 security deposit if she was having all these issues?
$2,500 wasn't enough. I should have charged him $10,000.
Greedy. Why? My apartment was nice. My apartment was beautiful. You told me to yourself you're the only tenant that kept this apartment nice. And you know what you did? You kept my $2,500 to take care of that lady down. That lady downstairs apartment was really nice. I was like, can I move down here?
Right.
You should have seen her apartment. He used my money to fix up her apartment. And then I asked him, can I get some new carpet? Can I get a mirror door? My daughter broke her door. He didn't want to pay for nothing, but he wanted me to pay extra rent, but he said no, 25.
Well, Your Honor,
I need my money. Give me my money. Run me my money, sir.
When she moved,
well, Your Honor, this man right here, to me, is a slumlord. I can understand. In other words, giving him rent is like giving a greedy dog some bones. A dog don't usually return bones.
Listen, Your Honor.
And one other thing, Your Honor, about this man here, right? They did a good job on you. I mean, you look like a man.
Right.
But really, a dog is too good for you.
Listen, on their best day, Your Honor, they
Trying to look like me. I use makeup.
Okay, sir, let me hear what the defendant has to say. Let me hear what the defendant has to say.
Don't
Why
bark
did you
now.
keep their $2,500 security deposit?
I kept the $2,500 security deposit. They drove a motorcycle up the stairs and parked it in the living room. That's how the oil trail went up to the living room. No kidding, I'm telling you.
Really?
They had
I have
boyfriend apartment.
pictures.
Ma'am, sir.
I'm talking to Your Honor, please. Excuse me.
That's
Not
your
right
boy-
now. They had a wreck in the yard. It was a truck, and so it was an oil trail going from the pickup truck going
Stop lying.
up the stairs.
Stop lying.
Through the
Ma'am.
That
carpet.
came from a car.
Listen, on her
How
best.
do you get a car upstairs?
Listen, on her best.
Come on now.
Listen,
That lady downstairs is what hurt.
Okay, you know what? Everyone's gonna stop. We're gonna let you talk, and you get out what you need to say, so I can hear what he has to say. What do you have to say right
lady
now?
downstairs
I'm gonna
was-
wait. Barbara's gonna wait. Everyone in here is going to wait, so you can speak, get out what you need to say, so you
Let
can
him go.
stop
I wanna hear what he
interrupting
got.
him.
I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
You're keeping their $2,500.
Right.
You say one of the reasons is because they damaged the carpet with the
Absolutely.
motorcycle.
Absolutely.
What next?
They sent, well, it's more than that. They damaged the carpet. They trashed the yard. I have a video for that. They actually broke 2 mirror doors.
When you say they, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Medina Adams, and she had 2 other unauthorized tenants living in there. One,
Liar.
a pregnant girl, and I don't know who the guy was.
Kids.
Listen, she's on subsidized housing. The government pays her rent. She has a portion of $246. She stopped paying that 9 months ago. I mean, what
Wow.
else? They come in, they look like presentable people. No, it's imposters. I'm telling you, they send a representative, and when they get to the actual apartment, it's totally somebody else. We got unauthorized people living there. We have a motorcycle that went up the stairs into the living room with a trail of oil.
Wow.
We got damaged carpet. We had 2 mirror doors that were broken. I had to paint. It was infested with roaches. She trashed the yard at the end of the lease, left a trail of trash going from the front to the back, which I have a video to
Let
show
me see
for
proof
that.
of the damages. Let me see the
All right.
video.
All right.
I want to see this.
What is this?
That's the driveway.
That is the lady when she
Listen.
moved out. Oh my Lord.
She
Are
just
you
said
serious?
the apartment downstairs was nice. Now that's the lady.
After you
lies,
fixed it
lies,
up.
lies.
That's the downstairs
not even
apartment.
dirty.
What, listen,
Okay,
right?
that's a
that?
dumpster
Listen,
of stuff.
That's the dumpster stuff that she
How am I
left in.
supposed to know where that came from?
Yeah,
Listen,
that was when the lady moved out,
Listen, when
Reginald. You know it.
She moved out August.
pictures right here.
She moved out August.
you know
and I
it.
moved,
Okay,
and the
something
lady
else.
downstairs.
This is on the outside.
This is when that
Absolutely.
lady moved out, she left that man's yard looking like that. I was still there.
Coming up on Judge Faith, no love lost in this relationship.
$2,500 came from a government program which helped them again, some more subsidies, some more of my tax-paid money, again.
This one, he proved my point. He's a slumlord. He's a liar, and he's a greedy dog.
Plaintiffs Medina and Matthew Adams are suing her former landlord for return of her security deposit. Defendant Reginald Ferberg says his former tenant wrecked the apartment.
Do you have any photos of what the inside of the
I
unit
have
looked
some.
like?
I have
My
photos.
apartment was nice, please.
Okay, if she's
Please.
showing you some pictures of the inside, it might be when she moved in.
No, sir,
it
I'm
was when I've
asking
been
you
there.
because you kept $2,500 security
And you have
deposit
no
and you
reason,
say
you know
it's
it.
because of damages.
Absolutely.
So my question to you is, do you have photos of what the inside looked like?
No, I don't have. This
Okay,
is a
so
year
you
later.
just have photos of the outside,
Okay,
trash
you-
from the outside.
Correct, this is
How
a
am
year.
I supposed to know that came from inside of her unit? I'm not
guess-
going to speculate.
Okay. It shows 3704 on the address. When I got to
Doesn't matter.
my rental property, this is what was there. I didn't stand there and watch him throw it out. She was upset. At
How many
some
people
point-
live in this building?
Me and my 2 children, ma'am. He is a lie, and
It's
he
a
know it.
2-unit
Be
building.
honest.
It's
Don't
a
lie to
2-unit
her.
building. How are you gonna sit there?
So
and
there are
do
The
two
that?
lady
units
lived
in this
downstairs when
building.
she moved out. She lived downstairs. Her apartment was way to the far right, and as you go, my apartment was right
Correct.
here. You have to go up my apartment just to get in my living room.
But now you admit, let's go back to the rent, because you do admit that you were behind on rent and you missed some rent
2
payments.
months, and I showed him proof from the post office that I had to go and get my money back from the post office. I was like, you know what? Since I have to wait for the post office to give me my money back, just take it.
So here's the
Your Honor,
And he
Is-
knows that.
Your Honor,
And I
is-
sent him
is
pictures of
beyond-
the receipt from the post office.
So here's the issue.
From
He's
the,
saying that
MoneyGram
you didn't
return.
pay your portion of the rent the last
I
6
paid.
months.
He's lying.
And you're saying that
He's
you
lying.
only missed 2 months.
2, and
Did you
he
get
knows it.
receipts from him when you paid rent? Did you
Yeah.
get anything?
She will always bring me receipts.
That's
He would
your
never come. So
Correct.
he don't even know
manager.
what was going on.
So my question is, can you produce receipts showing that you paid rent?
I don't have them, but
Okay,
I know I
why?
paid my rent on time.
I don't know what you know why?
No,
Because she didn't pay.
He's lying.
You know why?
He's
Okay,
lying.
because
you
we-
know
no,
you're
if
lying,
you
so
say
just cut it
that you
out. You're
paid
greedy,
rent-
and I know you are.
Miss Adams.
I can't believe
Miss
it.
Adams.
Like, he's really
Miss
lying.
Adams,
How in the world you
have a
gonna-
seat. Have a seat. I cannot even listen to you anymore right now. Have a seat.
Okay, I told you.
I can't
That-
get a word
that would be right
in
there.
with you talking. Have a seat.
I can't believe him.
You say you have proof of damages.
I do. I have 2 receipts. One is dated 7/1, and the other one is dated 8/1, and it paint.
And what date do you say
mirror
she
doors.
moved out?
She moved out on probably 6/30.
She moved out at the end of June.
Correct.
According to the papers you submitted to the court.
Right.
I have the same questions because you have the burden of proof here when it comes to their security deposit and you keeping all $2,500. She admits that she didn't pay some portion of the rent.
Correct.
So I'm going to deduct that from the security deposit, but I'm getting to the next issue now, which is damages. That video does not meet your burden in terms of showing that debris or that
Why
trash or
not?
whatever came from
I didn't bring
her
it there.
unit. Because there are 2 units in that place, and you have to show me that came from her unit. You didn't take any
They were
photos.
partying together.
You
No,
didn't
we
take any
wasn't.
photos of the inside of
Knock
that
it off,
unit.
Reggie.
It's only of the outside. Go ahead, sir.
Well, this one he proved my point. He's a slumlord. He's a liar, and he's a greedy dog.
Listen,
I mean, really, like I said, I can't.
Call a spade a
I should have
spade.
brought my
Call a spade a
encyclopedia
spade.
to
It
name what
wouldn't
you
help.
are.
Listen, call a spade
That's
a
what you
spade.
are. I mean, what?
You're an unfit parent. Call a spade a spade.
Oh,
You're
really?
an unfit parent. You did.
Well,
you
I
did.
mean,
you
My
did
dad
great-
been
and
there.
I'm
He
thinking
ain't
the
been
doghouse
nowhere. He
like
been
that.
Great
here.
job raising your
As a
daughter.
matter of fact,
but you're
when
teaching her.
when the sheriff tried to serve you, there was a doghouse and a snake house. And it was confused who to serve when they tried to serve
Well,
you.
that's okay. At least they had some way to serve
Mr.
you.
Adams,
At
Mr.
least
Adams,
they
let
had
me
some way
ask
to
you a
serve
question because I understand that, I get a lot of cases in here where there are disputes over security deposits, but this seems to be very personal to you, and I'm just wondering why you have such a high level of disdain for the defendant.
Because this man is a scumbag.
This man has
He's a
never
lowlife.
Because of
I
the
mean,
$2,500
look.
security deposit?
Right, look, I mean, look.
He's a poor
It's been
parent.
a
He's
whole
never met
year.
me.
It's been a whole year or something. At first, he agreed to give me $600 back. So I say, Mr. Fernball, or was it Screwball? Or what it was I called him.
Right.
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 Mr. Bigfoot, I don't know what it was I called him.
His diction is poor
He
as
have a
well.
different.
That's fine.
Well, it's quite all right, right? You know what I mean, though.
No, it's not quite all right.
Maybe we should call you
You need to
bloodsucker.
apologize to your daughter. You need to apologize to your daughter.
No, you need to give her money
Listen.
back.
You
You need
and
to
that'll be all.
apologize to your...
Listen, stop with the name calling in my court. You're not 12 years old. We're not in grade school. You understand?
Coming up, the stunning turn of the text message.
They call me a slumlord. They throw me under the bus. I have text messages from Miss Adams, even a text message today. If you read the text message
Are you
down,
saying that there's something more going on between the two of you?
Plaintiffs Medina and Matthew Adams are suing her former landlord for the return of her security deposit from her roach-infested apartment. Defendant Reginald Ferbert says his former tenant left the apartment a disaster.
Why do you have such a level of contempt for the defendant? Is it because of this $2,500 or is there something else?
Oh, the $2,500 and the whole year waiting.
Listen.
And the lies that he brought against, and that video, which is from downstairs apartment.
He has a disdain
That's why,
for
I
me.
mean, I didn't even expect that right there. I mean, how low can you go?
He has a disdain because life has beat him up his entire life, and now all of a sudden
really?
he wants to go and try to be a slick
I'm not
slickster
sure, though.
and get $2,500. Maybe that's going to change his
Well,
life.
I mean, he paid.
He actually
listen.
didn't pay $2,500. $2,500 came from a government program which helped him again, some more subsidies, some more of my tax-paid money, again, to help him, and now he wants this.
Well, let me
back.
just stop you right there because you're sounding a little snooty and arrogant right now. There are
Okay.
some people who actually need help
Listen,
and
I
need
help
to
people
get
all my life.
assistance.
I've been helping
It's
people
not
all
just
my
your
life.
taxpayer money; it's everybody's taxpayer dollars.
Listen, but I've been helping people all my life. And
So what?
There are good people and there are bad people.
No,
and I
you're
just happen
not.
to run into one that's
So
a bad
what? Well, you know
person.
what?
not
If
a
you
bad
truly
person.
want to
So-
help people and you're doing
Really?
it from a kind heart, you wouldn't go around telling everybody how much you help people and how much you help the poor like you're doing now. you wouldn't have to tell
from your
anybody.
perspective, that would be fine. But at the end of the day,
This is
if you
about
follow the
25.
case-
This is not about you helping anyone. This is a business. It doesn't matter if she paid $250 and the government paid the rest. You're getting your money for this unit. unit. And if you're not getting your money, I'm saying I'm going to award you a portion of the rent. But I'm not going to let you come in here and turn your nose down on people just because they need help paying their rent and they get a government subsidy. Do you understand?
But a lie is a lie, and the truth is the truth.
Well,
if they didn't pay me rent, they didn't pay me rent.
I understand
Can I say
that.
something,
The
Judge,
issue-
please?
Yes.
I have to pay my rent. I have to show receipts, so he needs to stop. He needs to stop. Reggie, you know it. I have proof how my apartment was looking really nice. Don't play with me.
The last thing,
He
Your Honor, can I say one
he
thing,
is
one thing before
greedy
we go out?
and bougie.
I have
I don't have time for
one
that.
thing before this. So they called me a slumlord. They thrown me under the bus. I have text messages from Miss Adams, even a text message today saying, I
Reggie.
want to move back. I would move back. I got a whole list of text messages. So if I'm really a villain, and I'm really a
The apartment
slumlord,
was nice. Don't get it twisted.
Can you
But
please,
when that lady moved out, you didn't
get it
get rid of
right
them
and
roaches.
say if you read the text message
Are you
down,
saying that there's something
What was
more
the-
going
what's the
on
point?
What
between
I'm
the two of
saying to
you?
you that I have text messages from when she moved in. Not at all. I'm telling you I have text messages from the day that she moved in until now where she sent me messages. At the point you see there's a 2 month lapse. That was the time when there was a gray area when the other people were living in the unit. From
What's your phone
August-
number?
I did text him because I
Absolutely.
didn't want him. I
And
wanted
Stand back up again.
And if you look from June, there's 2 months
I
that are
don't-
missing.
So you spend the last 10 minutes telling me what a slumlord he was.
After
and
I
that
moved
there were
out,
so
and
many
after,
roaches.
yes, he didn't
No,
want to get
ma'am.
rid of roaches.
Stop talking.
He didn't want to do
Don't
nothing.
talk over me. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna cut one of us off and it's not going to be me. You just spent the last 10 minutes telling me what a slumlord he is and about all of these roaches, and you couldn't even live there, and it was it was in such deplorable conditions. And then I see a text message from you from today. I mean, I have to laugh because this is just amazing. I really loved you as an owner.
I really did. He was a really good person.
It's not me, meaning it's not you trying to bring this lawsuit today. That's what you mean?
After
I really
figure
loved
out
you
what he
as an
was,
owner.
The slickster
After I
again.
figure out what he was doing,
can
and
stop
why
talking
he kept
now.
my deposit.
Where are the other text messages? These are printed text messages?
They are. It actually is from the time stamp from
Oh, so
maybe a
this
year
is from
ago.
after you moved out. I don't know, because I don't text
Yeah,
my
'cause
landlord
I
like
wanted
this.
my
I miss
back.
you.
Like-
No, you said you didn't say I miss the unit. You said I miss you. Why are you
As
telling
an
him
owner,
you miss
yeah,
him?
because my other owner wasn't. No, it wasn't.
And
like
you
that.
said me too.
I said, wow.
Watch your language in my courtroom. It's the last time
Right.
I'm gonna tell you. And you say me too. I miss you too.
Yeah. So why did you say
Absolutely.
that?
Listen.
Be honest. Be honest with
I
her
have-
for one point.
What's going on here,
Out of all
guys?
his tenants, I was the best. I kept his apartment nice. I moved out. He didn't have to do
This was
nothing.
after
There's
she
nothing-
moves out.
Listen.
You
Have to
say
do
I miss
nothing.
you too. No, these are your text messages you wanted to show me.
There's absolute zero happening between me and the plaintiff.
I agree.
Never has been, never will. Again, I go back to what I say. I'm a fair landlord. I try to keep my
You
places up,
say
and
you
this
want to
is what
move
I do.
back.
Because I had a 2-bedroom versus a 3-bedroom, and Long Beach versus LA. Yeah, that was the
Ma'am,
thing.
you have
why I
lost
did.
all credibility in my courtroom today. After all of that, you've told me what horrible conditions you were living in. Your dad has called him every name in the book, including slumlord and everything else. And then I see these text messages from you asking him if you can move back into the unit,
Because he
telling
fixed
him
it up
you
nice
miss
to my
him.
2,500. I want my. Can
It's
I get my
ridiculous.
2,500 worth?
No, you're not gonna get it back.
Missed,
You're not going to get it back.
He used my money and fixed it up.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
Your daughter has no credibility, sir. She should have told you that she was texting him behind your back, telling him that she wanted to move back into the unit. She didn't get that information to you, did she?
No.
You weren't aware of it, right? So that's a
wasn't aware.
conversation you need to have with her when you leave. My judgment in this case, your case is dismissed. I'm not awarding you anything. However, you kept her $2,500.
Correct.
That is going to include the back rent that she owed you and any damages to the unit. So I'm not awarding you anything today. You kept her $2,500 deposit. That's what you get. That's my judgment. Have a good day.
If you or someone you know has a dispute, don't take the law into your own hands. Let Judge Faith rule on it for you. To submit your case, go to judgefaith.com and tell us your story. See you in court.